futuristic criminals out there. It's your two favorite uncles from the Chicagoland area back at it tonight. I am Logan Myers. That's my good mate over there.
And I am Henry Hill, and we are back to review an all new action film. Hit the cinemas a few weeks back. It stars Glenn Powell, directed by Edgar Wright, Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, Baby Driver, among others. Scott Pilgrim, yes. And this one actually reunites him with Michael Cera, has a small part in this movie. But yeah, this is a big budget action extravaganza. It's the remake of the 80s film and also comes from the mind of Stephen King. We are talking about The Running Man.
I'm still here, you shit eaters.
Edgar Wright is back tonight with this brand new film, The Running Man. I've been super excited for this for some time. Enjoying the first film with Arnold in it, 1987, of course, from the novel. 1982, which was released under Stephen King's pen name, Richard Bachman, but came in 1982. Great film of the 80s. Been a minute since I've seen it, but I was very interested on Edgar's take on the source material here and bringing in Glenn Powell. We've been talking about this guy quite a bit past few years. He's blowing up, one of our favorite actors working the business. We just reviewed Chad Powers. He's the focal point. He's the main character in this film, having to do with this kind of dystopian future. I think it's 2025 actually, but like future criminals, crime underworld, people surviving, being led by the government and all this kind of stuff. But he plays the character of Ben. It gets blacklisted, really down on his luck, trying to get a job and make some money for his sick daughter and family. So kind of sets up the story here of him struggling with his family and not sure what to do next. And then he comes across this this competition of the Running Man.
The Running Man has a gritty look to it, a gritty feeling. It looks like a, throwback to the 80s action movies here for sure. I think Edgar Wright, this was kind of his love letter to the genre and finally getting to do a big action movie. Of course, he did Baby Driver, but now coming over to this to the Running Man with Glenn Powell. Yeah, like you mentioned, he's been in everything lately, blowing up, and here another interesting role for him where he gets to be the star. But he doesn't have your typical leading man personality in this. He's kind of down on his luck. Not always likable. He's really hot-headed in this. He's always ready to fight. And that's what you get in this movie. You get, from the get-go, once this background's established and the reason for him entering into this game show, then like the action kicks in and it like never lets go. This movie's complete action from beginning to end. And it keeps you on the edge of your seat too. You have Ben getting chased all around. You get to see him running just about as much as we see Tom Cruise running in his movies in this. And there are a lot of cool action scenes sprinkled throughout The Running Man.
This movie, the best way to describe it, it's a mix between like Blade Runner and the Hunger Games. That's what it reminded me of, kind of the dystopian future, you know, that's how they imagine or envision the future of like cars and things like that and attire and stuff. It's quite funny, but that's what it reminded me of with all the cartoon characters, much like the Hunger Games at times, but he's in this reality TV show. And basically, he has to run across the US and survive in 30 days. But he's going to be hunted by professional killers, and there's cameras everywhere, there's drones everywhere, like it's hard to fly under the radar. And it really sets up, the rest of the film of him being on the run, trying to lay low, hide out, meeting all these other characters along the way, not try to get caught and killed. And it set up a lot of interesting characters in this movie. The big one for me, one of our favorite actors, Lee Pace, playing kind of the big bad guy. This was incredible. The first time I saw him come on the camera, that scene, he had a mask on him. Like, that's definitely Lee Pace. And I love his character in this, very scary at times. And I just like
Yeah.
how he what he put into this character.
Yeah, we always love seeing Uncle Lee. Awesome to see
Yeah.
him be the villain in this, like you mentioned, very intimidating character. And, Ben's constantly pushed to his limits. He's always hanging out of a window or, just narrowly avoiding an explosion. It's that kind of movie, and that's what you get. That's what I was hoping to get from this movie, a nice throwback to the 80s action movies like Arnold's Running Man, something like that, big and bold. And that's what Edgar Wright does in this film, The Running Man. I was fully invested for the entire 2 hours and 13 minutes to be exact. But, one of my only minor complaints was I think it could have been trimmed down, 15 minutes. I think it should have ended right about 2 hours. It kind of drug on, I noticed towards the end. But other than that, I really had a fun time with this movie. This was a blast watching up on the big screen. See it on the biggest screen that you can while it's still in theaters. Didn't do so well, which is, a bummer. I don't think enough people gave it a chance here. But if you have a chance to see The Running Man, I definitely recommend it to you.
So you're telling them to run to the local cinema to see The Running Man as soon as possible?
Run, don't walk. That's right. And you have 30 minutes, and the winner will get $1 billion.
Yeah, and after 30 minutes, we'll send hunters out to go after. No, I'm kidding.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't do well, but I had a blast at the movie theater seeing this. I was really excited for this. Edgar Wright, every time he puts out a movie, I'm gonna go see it. And I've never been disappointed by him. Always ambitious, always trying something new. He, has his own style. It did have the Edgar Wright soundtrack. The music really elevated the atmosphere in this movie.
Yeah.
Stood out to me. I didn't really recognize a lot of music, but I loved it. So I definitely checked out Spotify. This guy's known for music in his movies, and this is definitely one of the best parts of the movie outside of, the actors, characters, set design, and all that. The music is really fantastic in this. Some honorable mentions here we didn't really talk about yet. The reality TV show presenter or host Bobby T. Thompson, played by my good mate Coleman Domingo. Love him.
Who?
Never heard of Coleman, but he was fantastic. Went over the top. Also, much like a cartoon character in this film, perfect white teeth and just bringing out all this energy in this TV show. And not
Yeah.
really sure if Ben's going to survive, but of course they have to tune in every step of the way. I thought he was great. And of course, Michael Cera working with Edgar again from, Scott Pilgrim to this character, kind of what tech geek in this movie, trying to
Hmm.
help out Ben
Yeah.
hide out essentially, and their house is like full of booby traps. He has about 15, 20 minutes on screen, but definitely one of the better, supporting cast members here in this film. But all around, just a really great time. Loved everything about it. Loved the story. Loved the new approach of this film compared to the 80s film. Is Arnold,
Hmm.
directing, cinematography, music, the whole look of the movie is absolutely incredible. Has that dystopian look to it. Glenn Powell knocked it out of the park. My favorite scene with him was the towel, if you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
It's so ridiculous, the towel scene, but really knocked it out of the park. Always going to check out this guy's work and really had a great time with this. This is a movie I'd definitely rewatch and probably pick up for the home collection. That being said, I'm going to give Edgar Wright's The Running Man. I give it a 4 out of 5 towel hair pieces.
Yeah, you're talking about just the scope of this movie, the cinematography, score, wardrobe,
Right.
everything. The music selection, like you mentioned, soundtrack's amazing. Really a lot to like in this film. From Edgar Wright here, doing something different this time, like you mentioned, but doing a really awesome job and making this movie feel like its own thing, setting itself apart from the 80s version.
Yep.
Glenn Powell here, killing it as per usual, a different role for him this time, different kind of personality, but as he's shown in most of his movies, he can pretty much do it all. Just another showcase for his talents and becoming an action star. I'd pretty much, I'd say that he solidifies himself as that with this movie. Definitely carrying the load, and yeah, a great supporting cast. Josh Brolin, we had William H. Macy in there. So a lot of really awesome actors and actresses in this film. And the ending kind of leaves you questioning things too. Like, where's this ending up? Like, you can kind of theorize what they were going for at the end, but it kind of also left it like, up for debate. Basically, you'd be talking about the ending. Like, what do you think happened after that? So it's makes you think too. But yeah, mostly just a great big budget action extravaganza. The Running Man. Go see it if you can in theaters. I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5 Batista hairpieces.
So I want to hear from all you wild running people out there. What did you like about The Running Man? What didn't you like about it? Do you like the original film better? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe. Also, check out these wild rascals on Facebook, X, and Instagram, and our website, Cinephellas.com, for the latest, greatest TV, movie news and reviews.
Well, that's what
Yeah.
we do here at Cinephellas. These boys are cooking, and we've got a lot of movies and shows to talk about with everybody out there. And we hope that you'll all join us as we review the many films and TV shows that are coming out in November. We've got a lot to talk about. Thanks for watching our review of The Running Man. And until the next time, I'm Henry Domingo.
And I'm Josh Brolin, one of those Goonies, signing out to the next movie review. Cheese!